Thank you very much for the introduction, Kathy. My name is Vince O'Neill. I'm with CHAMPtitles, and I'm very excited to share with you all a product that we've recently released into the market called Digital Total Loss. It's a SaaS-based solution that makes it super easy to transfer ownership of a vehicle and obtain a salvage title in a total loss scenario. As you can see from the picture on the right, Digital Total Loss is a solution that claims processing teams and claimants can use right on their smartphones. So please feel free to use yours now to grab my contact info if you'd like to connect after this quick presentation. Just a little bit about me, and Kathy had shared a little bit about this and what we'll cover in the next few minutes. I've spent 20 years leveraging technology for process improvement. I know, guys, really fun stuff. I joined CHAMPtitles because I was intrigued with the problem that they set out to solve, which is removing paper from vehicle titling. And no other company has specifically set out to do this. In terms of what I'll cover in the next few minutes, I'll talk a little bit about CHAMPtitles. I'll introduce our flagship solution for carriers, Digital Total Loss. I'll kind of walk through how it works. And finally, we'll cover off on the benefits to both carriers and claimants. Our mission at CHAMPtitles is pretty simple. We're 100% focused on processing titles faster using technology. Our team is comprised of industry experts who have built solutions for insurance providers in the past. Our solution is built on existing electronic pathways into the states. Because of that, we also have a team solely responsible for maintaining relationships with both state and federal governments. They monitor ever-changing title-related legislation so that we can open up more and quicker paths to submit paperwork. In looking more closely at the problems that vehicle titling presented, the issues that immediately jumped out at us were those faced by carriers and salvage companies. No one had yet developed an online solution that allowed them to easily process titles. This is precisely why we created Digital Total Loss. The software, I'll go through a few of the features. The software was purpose-built for carriers to transact in a total loss scenario. It is a complete solution. So the process is online. It spans from customer engagement through to submission to the state. And a separate signature solution is not required. It's already built into this solution. It can handle total loss processing across several states. It's already built and running, so no integration is needed. You could, in theory, transact on our platform in as little as a few days. And finally, it's transaction-based. The model is transaction-based and therefore very low risk. Most carrier customers of ours turn it on to try it and quite honestly end up leaving it on. The impact of the solution we brought to market is fairly significant. We're transferring vehicle ownership and obtaining a salvage title in as little as a day. A tedious process that was once mired in paper and taking upwards of and oftentimes over 50 days has now been moved completely online. You're no longer faced with handling, printing, mailing, and storage costs associated with paper, not to mention any time added if your submission gets kicked back from the state. So carriers and claimants alike are completely enthused with how quick and easy we've made this process. So how do we do it? You can see all the individual steps below, but in short, we've created a single streamlined process and brought it online. Just quickly running through the steps, the insurer initiates the process by logging into our system and either entering or porting in the basic information about the total loss. The correct paperwork for the state, let's say in this instance, it's a power of attorney and an odometer disclosure, is generated and pre-filled, and the carrier signs it within our platform. Once that's complete, the owner is automatically emailed and prompted to log into their secure portal. They validate their information and electronically sign the paperwork, and it gets submitted directly to the state. The carrier benefits because we're minimizing title-related touch points, opportunities for error, and ultimately cycle times. And there are three material benefits that come out as a result of that. Sorry, guys. We're lowering operational costs. The vehicles are sold more quickly, and carrying costs, including depreciation, also go down. Further, automating this process frees up valuable resources that may have been previously focused on administrative tasks. They can now focus their time and attention to those claims or portions of the process where they can add the most value. Just as, if more important, are the benefits to the claimants. They're now participating in a quick online engagement that allows them to execute their paperwork. It's online and it can be handled with a smartphone. And most transactions are completed during the first contact with the claimant. Because it happens so much more quickly, the claimant gets paid faster. And finally, they're more likely to be satisfied with the process overall. Going through a total loss is hard enough, and there's no reason to make it any more difficult than it has to be. This will likely factor into their decision to remain with you. We can say that in theory, everyone wins by automating total loss, but is it really true? Here are just a few figures based on live transactions carriers have processed through the CHAMPtitles system to date. Less than 24 hours is the average amount of time the process takes from carrier initiation in our system to title issuance. Less than 6 hours is the average amount of time it takes for the state to issue the title once they receive the submission. In one instance, it only took 8 minutes from carrier initiation to state submission. Now, one thing I will say is claims was on the phone with the claimant and handheld them through the process while they're on their smartphone, which is actually a best practice we strongly recommend, but that's why it happened so quickly. And finally, it's significantly faster to do this on a mobile device, which is another best practice. A mobile-first approach definitely makes sense in this instance. With that, we'd love to continue the conversation. Please do reach out. Here's my contact information again. Our virtual meeting room will also be open right after this session, so please join that as well if you can. We'd be happy to walk you through a live demo of digital total loss, including both the carrier and owner experiences. We can share more best practices, and we can give you a little more information about our innovation program. That's where our customers help prioritize our footprint and features moving forward. So thank you again for your time, everyone. Look forward to speaking soon.